The following story is based on real events from my point of view. Due to self-incrimination, privacy, and all that other shit, 98% of names been changed and pictures been blurred. I do not own the right to the instrumentals, but I do own the rights to most of these videos that's on this chapter. Chapter 20, J-Kool is back. So it's July 2012 and I'm out the military and I'm back home. I went back to my mother's spot and was walking around the apartment complex looking for her Nisha. But I got some bad news. All my little homies out there told me that she moved like a few days before I came back. And then I asked them where Marlon at, cause I was like, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of him. But they was like, he moved too. I'm like, damn. So at this point, I decided to go to South Carolina. Cause Duke was out there staying with two of my homegirls and they had a 2-bedroom. Duke was gonna get the living room, the homegirls, they sharing a room, and I was gonna have a room of myself if I pull up. So I pulled up. Once I got there, everything was good until Freak came over. Freak was only supposed to stay for a few nights, but he ended up staying for over a month. And when it was time to pay the rent, he ain't had his part of the rent. So my homegirl Didi was like, yo, Freak, where your part of the rent at? He was like, I ain't got it. She's like, what you mean you ain't got it? He said, I ain't got it, bitch. So she was like, well, you gotta get the fuck out. He said, I ain't going nowhere, make me. He said, ain't nobody gonna touch me, I ain't going nowhere. So here goes this bullshit again. So Didi said, all right, stay here. I just called my brother, he on his way. Freak was like, fuck that nigga, I'll be right here. So I called Duke, I'm like, yo, you might wanna get here, this shit about to go down. But Duke was too busy chilling with his baby mother at this time. Next thing I know, we get a knock at the door. And when Didi opened the door, I seen Boss G and his homeboy coming. Boss G was a high-ranked folk nigga out there. Everybody knew who he was because he was wild and crazy. And he was a slow nigga. But Boss G walked up like, yo, you ain't gonna leave? It was like, yo, you better get out my face. Boss G slapped the fitted hat off his head and that shit went flying in the air like a graduation celebration. After he slapped the hat off, stood up, and he was standing over him like 6'2", 6'3", so he was standing up over Boss G looking down on him. So at this point, Boss G pulled out a pistol. So I'm like, nah, hold up, now you going too far. Then his homeboy that was with Boss G homeboy was like, yeah, yo, put the gun away, man, we ain't come here for that. But Boss G said, you better get the fuck out of here, you got an hour. If I come back, you still here, you dead. Then he ended up leaving. So I'm looking at Freak, he all turning red and shit. So I'm like, yo, what we gonna do? Shit, let me know what's up, bro, you know I got you. Freak said, man, fuck that, I'm about to call the police. I'm like, what? So Freak gets on the phone, calls the police, and the police come over. That was the dumbest shit he could do because the police asked Didi what she want done, and she's like, I don't want him no more. And his name not on lease, so the police ain't help him. They told him he gotta leave. They ain't give a fuck about Boss G pulling a gun on him. They was like, you gotta leave. You better leave now, you gonna get in trouble for trespassing. So Freak was kicked out just like that. So after Freak got kicked out, Duke came back over there and I told him what happened. So right after that, Boss G came over knocking on the door, then Didi opened the door for him and he saw Duke. So Boss G and Duke was just staring at each other. I ain't know what the fuck was about to happen, but then Duke was like, yeah, I heard what happened between you and my brother. That ain't got nothing to do with me, that's between y'all. Duke was like, man, my brother a fuck nigga anyway, so I don't even give a fuck about the situation. And Boss G was like, alright, and he ended up leaving. I felt like that was fucked up what Duke said because I don't give a fuck if me and my brother beefing. If a nigga pull a gun out on my brother, I'm retaliating. But I guess we different. So I had a lot of money on me, so I ended up paying Freak part of the rent.
Hey, I ain't gonna cheat, I'm gonna take the ones out, you know what I'm saying?
Take the ones out, bruh.
Yo, why everybody, you know how niggas be saying I'm broke and shit? Like, yo, every day, we about to go blow this shit, man. You see how niggas is fresh, man. Diamonds in my mouth, real shit, you dig, bitch? Niggas is not fucking with us, dude. Everything fresh from head to toe.
From head to toe, nigga.
And I'm like, yo, Duke, what we gonna do? Cause I can't keep paying for everybody, nigga. You gotta get a job or something. So he's like, bet, we gonna go job hunting. I'm like, why we? Nigga, I got money. But fuck it, I'll get some extra money. You don't want me to go job hunting. So we ended up going to the dollar store, which was right across the street. And I ended up hollering at the manager. And she was straight, nice looking snow bunny. So I'm like, yo, what's up? My homie trying to work, what up? She was like, what about you though? I was like, nah, I'm good, I ain't trying to work here. She kept flirting with me, then she ended up calling Duke for an interview and he got the job. Him and Didi started working there. And while Duke and Didi was working there, the manager came over and I ended up smashing her. I felt like me smashing her got them the job, for real. But she had that plan all along. All the shorties from Midland Tech used to go to that store, so we was bagging mad shorties. Or at least I was, cause Duke was still messing with Swan at this time. But then he ended up bagging this other shorty named Ash. Ash used to always come over, she was cool as hell. And I used to be like, yo, I know you got some homies. She was like, nah, I ain't got them. I don't really got too many. I'm like, how? You go to Midlands Tech? Like, you should know the shorties there. She was like, well, when I do have some company and some homegirls over, I'll hit you up. I'm like, bet. So her and Duke ended up being serious, so we used to be chilling at her crib sometime. So after being in South Carolina for a few months, my money started running low. So I did what I always did best, and I started hustling again. And I was right by the college, so I was making a lot of money from selling weed. And when you the weed man, you always get shorties, even if they got a man. Had this OG hit me up, and we exchanged numbers, and he was always coming to me for green. But his dumb ass was calling me from his girl phone, and one day his girl hit me up, and she wanted some weed. But I'm telling her how much it is, and she's like, I ain't got nothing right now. And it's late, so I'm like, shit, just come through. So she came through, and you know what happened after that. It went down, and I gave her a free bag of weed. I smashed her for 1 gram of weed. That's crazy. Everything was going good for me. I just got an interview for Publix on Rosewood and got hired there. Plus I was making a lot of money from weed, getting a lot of women. Everything was good. At least for me it was, but everybody around me was fucking up. We had some dumbass neighbors out there. One of my neighbors used to always walk around with a shotgun, and then he was walking down the stairs and fell and shot himself. And a few weeks later, I saw him back out the hospital. I'm like, oh, you good now? He was like, nah, I'm all fucked up. I gotta wear a shit bag now. I said, damn, from a self-inflicted wound, you fucked yourself up for life, yo. Then we had this other neighbor named Reem. Reem was kind of off a little in the head, and a lot of people out there used to use him and fuck with him. I remember one day some young cats was doing nigga knocking. They knocked on his door, took off running. And when we came outside, he said, why you do that? And he was looking at Duke, and Duke was like, what the fuck you talking about? He said, nah, you knocked on my door. Duke was like, nigga, I ain't knocking your door. So they started arguing and shit like they about to fight. So Duke was like, yo, what's up? And Reem ran in the house and called the police. So a few minutes later, we walked into the cut. We was going to the little grocery store. I think it was IGA. I don't even remember. It was so long ago, but...
Nigga, you drinking in the store, nigga?
Little grocery store we was going to, and it's a path in the woods that take you there from our apartments. So as we walked into the path, we saw the police flying by in the car. So we like, oh shit, Reem must have called the police on Duke. So we started running towards the path now. And as I'm running towards the path, police coming through the path. And this shit caught me off guard because I'm running full speed and I'm about to run right into the police officer. So he said, hey. And I kind of panicked, and natural reaction, I said, fuck that. And I took off running. So now me and Duke running, and the police behind us chasing us. Next thing, he twisted his ankle and his boot came off and he rolled on the ground. So we just took off running and everybody out there watching us. So we went to Duke homegirl house, Ash. We banging on her door like, yo, let us in, let us in. She opened the door, let us in. And we peeked out the peephole. We could see the police running around looking for us. That shit was crazy. But I respect Ash after that because she was a real one for that. She looked out for us and we was good. So later on, we left Ash house and I went back to the spot we had with Dee Dee. And I was checking my weed bags and I noticed all of them look like they been skinned. Like, I don't smoke, so all my bags be fat. They supposed to be a gram, but they be like 1.3, 1.4, sometimes even 1.5. I used to always hook people up because I don't smoke. Now all of a sudden my bags is like 0.9, so somebody is skimming out all my bags. That's fucked up because I trust everybody at the crib, but somebody's taking weed from me. I was pissed off, then I was like, you know what, maybe it's just not meant for me to sell weed. But I know one thing, I'm not about to stay here because this shit is crazy. I need my own shit. So I started walking around trying to find an apartment and I found one right across from Dee Dee's spot. It was another apartment complex and I moved out there.
I'm J-Kool, welcome to my crib. I'm about to give y'all a tour around this motherfucker. Now see, this is the table we chop up all the work and shit, bag it up, you know what I'm saying? Then we got the irons, aka the kitchen table. We make sandwiches and shit on there, you know what I'm saying? And we iron clothes with the same iron.
Grilled cheese, nigga.
And we got the trash here with nothing but fucking guts. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be smoking that shit. But anyway, we got the closet right here. I don't even gotta get dressed no more. I got a bitch that live in here. She just passed me clothes. And on this side, we got the shopping cart and shit. When I go to the grocery store, I got my own shopping cart. And I do laundry and that shit. You know about that, nigga. Check this out. It's the kitchen. We got dirty ass dishes. You know what I'm saying? Got a few roaches, not that much. But anyway, come over here real quick. Check out my fridge, nigga. OE, nigga. What you know about that, man? Come on, let me give you a tour around the back now. We got the room. That shit got like the brick wall and shit, cause you know we spend most of our time in jail, so we need that environment, yo. We used to that shit. And check out this closet, nigga. Look how big this shit is. You know how much bitches I could fuck in here? Like, son, I could fuck like 3 bitches in this bitch at the same time, my nigga. Word. Let me give y'all a tour to the bathroom real quick. Now, this is the exclusive shit, nigga. My bathroom's so big, my bathroom got a bathroom, nigga. I could take this shit right there and have my bitch taking the shit at the same time. We can communicate all that shit, nigga. Y'all niggas can't do it like me, yo. But that's my tour of my crib. I'm out.
The 2-bedroom. So Didi and her girl supposed to be staying with us, but her and Duke got into it. So now the spot just belongs to me and Duke. But when it's time to pay up, Duke don't got enough money. So I'm like, yo, how the fuck you ain't got no money? How the fuck you gonna stay here if you ain't got no money? So I said, fuck that. I gotta find somebody that's gonna, you know, pay their part of the rent. And that's when Tony G hit me up out the blue. Was like, yo, what's good, my nigga? I'm like, oh shit, what up, yo? Tony G was looking for a spot. So I'm like, shit, you could come take Duke room. So once Tony gave me the bread, it was a sealed deal. But Duke got mad, he ain't like that shit. So he told Tony G, fuck that, that's my room. Tony G said, I ain't going nowhere. So they on the phone arguing with each other on my phone. Tony G said, well, I'm here, nigga. Duke was like, fuck that, I'm on the way. So I'm like, oh shit, y'all niggas about to fight over this room, yo. So Duke was like, hell yeah, my baby mother about to bring me over there now. So when Duke pulled up, I ended up having him and Tony G talk, and you know, I ended up squashing that shit so they wouldn't fight. Tony G kept the room, I had the other room, and Duke had the living room. And staying at that spot was lit, cause we had mad shorties in that apartment complex. My first week there, I smashed one of the neighbors. One day, Crook hit me up like, yo, I'm in South Carolina, nigga, what's good? I'm like, shit, pull up. So Crook pulled up, and when he came through, he seen Tony G. He's like, oh shit, this the nigga that my brother Redline hit in the face. Tony G was like, man, chill the fuck out, nigga. Crook was like, hey yo, watch your vocabulary, you not black, watch your vocabulary. Tony G is like, nigga, I've been saying nigga for a long time. Crook's like, I ain't gonna tell you that shit again. Tony G got mad and flipped the chair, walked up to Crook and ate each other's face. I had to get between them like, man, y'all chill, man, y'all chill. Tony G was always getting us some shit, yo. I remember we chilled in this neighborhood between Rosewood and Beltline, and some niggas out there was like, yo, that's your boy? I'm like, yeah. They was like, oh, you need to watch his mouth. They was talking about Tony G. And then while they talking to me, I'm like, oh shit, Van, what up, my nigga? My nigga Van was out there. I'm like, what you doing out here? He's like, nigga, what you doing out there? So that's when I realized that was a folk neighborhood, but you know, I'm cool with Van, so I'm good out there. But Duke ended up having drama out there. So one day he was like, yo, I got this shorty, we should run a train on her. I'm like, that, set it up. He showed me a picture of her. She was fine as hell, so I'm like, shit, let's get it. He ain't had no license at the time I did, so he told his baby mama to let us borrow the car so we could go job hunting. And he was gonna let me drive. So we walked to her job and got the car. And we went and picked Shorty up, brought her back to the crib, and then you know what happened after that. As we going to take this Shorty back home, we at the red light, and guess who gets beside us? Duke's baby mother. She was driving her boss's car while we had her car. So she put her vehicle and parked, ran full speed to the car, and jumped through the window and was trying to fight Duke. And at this time, Duke was sitting in the driver's seat. I had Duke driving. He was in the driver's seat, I was in the back seat, and Shorty was in the passenger seat. But anyway, his baby mama jumped in the front seat, was trying to fight him, and she took the keys out the car. I'm telling her, look, you can't do this. Don't leave your car out here. If y'all want to fight, do that later, but let's take this girl back home. He's like, yeah, who the fuck is that bitch? Who the fuck is she? And he's like, that's J-Kool homegirl. She's like, no, it ain't. And why the fuck you driving? Like, she just spazzing on him. I guess she really knew what's up, but it was obvious. But I said, look, y'all can fight later. Let's take this girl home. Then we gonna bring your car back and we'll walk home from there. So she agreed and she went back to work. So Duke was like, damn, I fucked up. So we ended up dropping Shorty off, and then Duke dropped his baby mother car back off to her job, and we walked home. That nigga always got caught up and always blamed me, but fuck it. I ain't care, cause everything was going good for me. Bought some hair grease, been keeping a do-rag on, and guess what? My hair started to grow again, and I was able to get it braided. Once I got my hair back, I was unstoppable. Felt like myself again, I had my confidence back, and I was ready to holler at all these shorties out here. And everything was good. Like I said, I got the job at Publix, then Duke ended up leaving the dollar store. Well, he got fired actually. And then I got him a job at Publix with me. So now we both got the crib, we both making money, everything should be good. But then Freak hit me up like, hey man, can I stay with y'all? I don't got no place to stay. Duke was like, hell no, don't let that nigga stay. I'm like, nigga, that's family. He's like, I don't give a fuck that nigga. I'm like, nah, bruh, don't do that. I told Free, come through, man. Moved in with us. And then Dream got into a situation. She needed a place to stay. Duke was like, man, hell no. I said, fuck that. When I came back from the military the first time, she let me stay with her so she could stay with us. So now we was deep in that crib. It was me, Tony G, Duke, Dream, and Freak. I'm like, shit, if we all here, we all pitching in on rent. Everybody gotta pay is $100 and something and rent is paid. That ain't shit, so we can make this shit work. And out of nowhere, I had this shorty named Tia hit me up. I knew her, she used to stay in Elgin. Me and her baby father, Cray, was kinda cool. Remember the last time I see her, she was with Cray when Cray told me to stop by IGA and Lugoff cause some niggas tried to jump him. So me and the Northside Hoods pulled up, we was like, what's up? And those niggas ran inside of IGA and they didn't wanna fight. And she said she liked me ever since that moment. I'm like, yo, I can't fuck with you if you fuck with Cray, cause I know that nigga. Say you know him, but that don't mean shit. We not together no more. So I said, if it's like that, then pull up. And she pulled up. Felt kinda guilty cause I knew him, but at the same time, they not together no more. And everybody in South Carolina know everybody. Yeah, they got a baby together, but they broken up. She gonna move on eventually, he is too, so fuck it. And I told her, we could do whatever we wanna do, just don't save my name as my name in your phone. Save it as something else. What did she do? Save my name as J-Kool in her fucking phone. And one day she chilling with Cray, and she went to use the bathroom. He went through her phone and seen that we've been communicating. But now he writing me threatening messages, talking about it's cold red on you, the blood's gonna be on your head and all this other shit. I'm like, man, niggas NSH all day, man. And I spazzed on her, I'm like, yo, you tripping. I was like, yo, I can't really fuck with you cause I know him and you know what I'm saying? It's you saying it's over, but he's saying something else, so this shit just not gonna work, yo, I'm sorry. But anyway, shit was going good for me, but then all of a sudden everything came crashing down. I went to war with every fucking body. And y'all gonna find out about that in the next chapter.
J-Kool. J-Kool. 803 South Pratt. South Pratt.
Y'all know who it is, nigga.
Yeah, I know who you is.
J-Kool, nigga. I'm that nigga.
Yeah, you that nigga. Get to me.
I ain't a spinal cord, but bitch I'm back. I got big stack in my whip back, my own crib and a six pack. Like the baby kangaroo, these bitches stay on my motherfucking sack. Like scratch I get for fucking, they all on my back. Like facial, every time I cut them off, they come back. And when they see me, they wanna hug, but I just give them dap. I got them looking at me like, damn, who's that? Who's that nigga? Who's that nigga? I'm that nigga. J-Kool's that nigga. Who's that nigga? Who's that nigga? I'm that nigga. J-Kool's that nigga. Who's that nigga? Who's that nigga? I'm that nigga. J-Kool's that nigga. Who's that nigga? Who's that nigga? I'm that nigga. J-Kool's that nigga. Yo, these niggas money hungry and I already been fed. And like Sloppy Joe, they beefing over bread. These niggas beefing over bread like Manwich. And only time I give a chick bread is when I'm making a chicken sandwich. I'm surrounded by chicks, surrounded by bread, living like a sandwich. Yeah, your shorty stay on my sack. Niggas be mugging me like, damn, who's that? Who's that nigga? Who's that nigga? I'm that nigga. J-Kool's that nigga. Who's that nigga? Who's that nigga? I'm that nigga. J-Kool's that nigga. Who's that nigga? Who's that nigga? I'm that nigga. J-Kool's that nigga. Who's that nigga? Who's that nigga? I'm that nigga. J-Kool's that nigga. Yo, I'm J-Kool. I got that golden dick, and these bitches wanna bounce on it like a pogo stick, and like getting physical. They wanna hold my shit, and like nose and tissue, they wanna blow my shit. Haha. What's good, nigga? I'm not a grim reaper. I'm just a hood nigga. I'm a hood ass nigga with a hood ass ride, and I keep the hood all day like it's pouring outside. Cause I'm that nigga, I'm that nigga, I'm that nigga. J-Kool's that nigga. Who's that nigga? Who's that nigga? I'm that nigga. J-Kool's that nigga. Who's that nigga? Who's that nigga? I'm that nigga. J-Kool's that nigga. Who's that nigga? Who's that nigga? I'm that nigga. J-Kool's that nigga. I'm J-Kool from the Northside Hood. My life is like my plated buffet. It's all good. I stay ballin'. I'm always on the grind, Flavor Flav clock, bitch. I'm doing it big time. Ha ha. Do you dig? And I ain't talking about fucking fat bitches when I say I be doing it big. I'm talking about getting those big ass stacks. I got the haters looking at me like, damn, who's that? Who's that nigga? Who's that nigga? I'm that nigga. J-Kool's that nigga. Who's that nigga? Who's that nigga? I'm that nigga. J-Kool's that nigga. Who's that nigga? Who's that nigga? I'm that nigga. J-Kool's that nigga. Who's that nigga? Who's that nigga? I'm that nigga. J-Kool's that nigga. Never been a fake nigga. I always been real, and I'm always sitting on green like a cow in the field. And I got a lot of bucks, and I ain't talking about this. And I got a six-pack, and I ain't talking about biz. Yo, I love myself, and I will always be the same. And like a shitty diaper, I will never change. And I ain't famous yet, but I do got fame. And everybody in South Carolina know my name. Shit, who the hell is this nigga think he is?
Hey yo, who the fuck J-Kool? J-Kool? Yeah. Who is that name? I never heard of that name before, man.
All my bitches told me that some nigga named J-Kool tried to holler at her earlier.
What? Where's some lame ass nigga named J-Kool, son, man? Yo, fuck that nigga named J-Kool, yo, word!
J-Kool, J-Smooth, shit. Oh, I take your bitch and do all this riding big rims and got all this nigga shit. Nigga, fuck that. I'm tired of hearing your name out there, nigga. Shit, one day, nigga, you might be famous, but for right now, nigga, you suck, nigga. Fuck that shit, nigga. I got a big
Here they
truck.
go hating again, man. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know what it is, nigga. I'm that nigga. Look at your girl phone. That nigga J-Kool, that's me. So go ahead and hate, nigga. Yeah, I be getting bitches with no problem. And I'm unemployed, but I'm always getting blow jobs. And I'm on a high level like being on the seesaw with a fat nigga. Got your bitches staring at me like, who's that nigga? Who's that nigga? Who's that nigga? I'm that nigga. J-Kool's that nigga. Who's that nigga? Who's that nigga? I'm that nigga. J-Kool's that nigga. Who's that nigga? Who's that nigga? I'm that nigga. J-Kool's that nigga. Who's that nigga? Who's that nigga? Yeah, y'all niggas know what time it is. This your boy J-Kool, man. I'm that nigga. You wanna know who that nigga in your girl phone? That's me. I'm that nigga, nigga. Yeah. Y'all know what time it is. Metro 803, Northside Hoods, we in here. Yeah. Tell your bitch I'll call her later, nigga.
At the crib, just chillin' with my niggas, waiting on some bitches while sippin' on some liquor. At the crib, just chillin' with my niggas, waiting on some bitches while sippin' on some liquor. Yeah, we poppin' pills like candy, getting fucked up on some logos and some brandy. Got the weed on the side 'cause it comes in handy. Wait for bitches come over so I can pull down their panties. Ready to fucking get that shit started, like sitting on the toilet, only just farting. Me and Goose got the 40s, and my nigga Malik always come through with the shorties. The crib ain't a carnival, but surrounded by rides. We pop bottles, go down quicker than a fat nigga on a slide. Damn. House full of liquor and weed, monkey environment. House full of trees, like monks in the temple. I got these bitches on their knees, and I ain't a gardener, but I be planting my seeds. That liquor got a nigga doing shit that's crazy. Fuck around, I'll probably create a baby. At the crib, just chillin' with my niggas, waiting on some bitches while sippin' on some liquor. At the crib, just chillin' with my niggas, waiting on some bitches while sippin' on some liquor. At the crib, just chillin' with my niggas, waiting on some bitches while sippin' on some liquor. At the crib, just chillin' with my niggas, waiting on some bitches while sippin' on some liquor. Yeah. NSA, bitch, Northside Hood, y'all know what it is, nigga. White flag, make those bodies back, bitch. 2012, we in here.